Hectares of hashish, an illegal but highly lucrative crop for Lebanese farmers. During the civil war, the narcotics industry earned Lebanon around $4 billion a year. The country became known as one of the drug-producing capitals of the world. It turned out 1,000 tons of hashish a year alone, as well as huge opium crops. But when the war ended, security forces of the new government were ordered to destroy the illegal crops. Instead, farmers were advised to grow potatoes and apples.
When I stopped hashish in Yamoni, we insist from the government Lebanese and give it replacement for all the people here. When I want to buy the potatoes, all the potatoes from another country, Arabic, they come to Lebanon. Then the potatoes, it's not expensive.
International donors pledged more than $300 million in aid to help farmers switch to growing other crops. But only a small fraction of that money has arrived over the past decade. Farmers complain that Turkey and Morocco were offered a proper alternative to growing drugs. In Lebanon, cheap imports of boxes of potatoes and apples mean the prices are very low. Farmers complain of not being able to feed their families.
We are not planting hashish to make millions, because you don't gain millions from hashish. We are trying hard to find an alternative crop to continue our living.
Most of Lebanon's drugs end up in Egypt, the Gulf, Europe, and America. Farmers make around $800 for 1 kilo of quality hashish. But a kilo of potatoes currently sells for just 25 cents. Almost all the farms in the Bekaa region of Lebanon are reverting to growing the drug because income from other legitimate crops has quite simply dried up.
Growing hashish make us eat, live, and teach our children.
Farmers in this region have made no secret of the fact that they're ready to fight with arms to protect their income from drugs. The area is already one of the poorest in the country.
Yes, we will stop growing hashish if the government finds for us an alternative. We will now continue despite the obstacles, and we will fight until they will find for us an alternative crop.
Lebanon has importantly been removed from both the US State Department and UN list of major drug-producing countries. In a highly publicized campaign, crops were destroyed by US-funded Lebanese troops, burning fields and spraying contaminants on crops from helicopters. But after 10 years of minimal income, farmers say they've had enough and will now step up hashish production. The continuing recession and easing of tariffs on produce from neighboring countries are adding fuel to the revival. The promised aid for the region has simply not arrived.
I myself tried to plant saffron, and from 1992 I have been doing researches. I found that planting saffron would give me money like hashish, but the problem is that the saffron bulbs are expensive, and I will need help in buying them. Who will buy them for me?
This village is just one of many that harvest hashish in the Bekaa Valley. The industry is worth millions of dollars. The Lebanese government would prefer to see farmers growing other crops, but the rewards are just not the same. Minister Elias Mer said this week that the government will start a wide-scale eradication program of opium poppies, but it will not crack down on hashish until a plan to help destitute farmers is in place. Both the UN and US need to work through the Lebanese government. If this is the case, Lebanon will have to juggle with the international community and try to persuade the farmers, which will not be easy. It might be a case of show us the money. Greg Fairley, CNBC, Yamuni, Bekaa.